everybody? One of Wisdom here. It is early Monday morning, Sunday night, 2:01 a.m., and we are set up to take on Grave Clobber's base upgrades now. Couple of things to note. Number one, I'm not using my old cheap PC recordings, okay, like MindLogic's UHC, Minecraft, Stardew Valley. I'm using the Astro A50, and that's super comfortable. It's wireless. I have mobility. What I typically use for console stuff, Skylanders, anything Nintendo, Forza, whatever it may be, pretty much the vast majority of everything I've done that's not been PC, I've always used the Logitech headsets that I bought when I started my channel in 2011. That thing is finally, what killed it, I think it'd be working fine, but what really killed it is all of the Wii Fit that I did, like jogging, exercising, like with the USB cord, that like put a lot of wear and tear on that thing. Needless to say, what I'm trying right now, I've had the Yeti for a long time. I've used it occasionally. Pretty much every time I use it in like a video of this nature, people are like, hey, you sound a lot better. And I don't know, I think that headset's great, but I think at the same time, the pop and the crackle you always hear, it's literally the cord. It's not frayed or anything, but I mean, I can manipulate the cord right at the headset connection, and I can reproduce the pops and the crackles that come. So I'm sitting here at the desk with the Yeti sort of at the midpoint of my desk. Of course, I'm staring straight at the computer, and then if I cock my head this direction to the right, I've got my TV. So it's not really ideal, but I tested it and it seemed to sound okay, so I will take your feedback on this. The other thing of particular interest here, Grave Clobber has been super well received by everyone, provided people have him, everyone loves him, and there's just a pretty significant debate from people. Reading about this when I introduced him, I was kind of inclined to take the top path. It's sort of like WWF Glory Days, right? We got the suplex, the diamond cutters, everything. Lucha Libre. It just sounds fun. He's a brawler. It focuses on the primary attack, the punch, and the tertiary attack, the body slam, right? These freaking geysers, though, are pretty amazing. Again, I've done the attack damage requisitions on them, and they get to be ridiculous. If everything was perfect, which it probably will never be, but in the event that you were in nightmare mode and had like Shadow Knights from SSA or something else that never dies, you have the potential to do like 3,449 damage, okay? Just from the Gator Geyser, the primary one, right? It does get a little bit better with, I guess, the precision slamming. That would up it pretty much to 3,500. And I've actually had a lot of you here recently be like, hey, you got to take the bottom path. It's way better. I'm going to stick with my guns, and I'm going to do the bottom path first in hopes that I like the top path. And this very well could be a deal where numerically maybe the bottom path is better. In fact, it probably will be based on what we know from just the base upgrades. However, I must say, heavyweight champion, it just appeals to me more. You know, it's kind of like Sonic Boom. Siren Griffin, I love it. When the Series 2 Sonic Boom came out and it was kind of tailored, the pose, you know, with the babies to Media Griffin, I took it. That path is statistically superior. No matter how much I like Siren Griffin better, I can't argue with the numbers that say Media Griffin is the way to go. However, I don't like that path. I like Siren Griffin, even knowing that there, you know, is the discrepancy that says, hey, the bottom path is better. If we were to get a brand new Sonic Boom tomorrow, as a, you know, whatever it may be, an Elite or whatever, I am going to go Siren Griffin, okay? That's just how it works. It's kind of the same with, like, Double Trouble. Channeler versus Conjure, I love Channeler. If this, I mean, we don't know for sure until I've taken them both, but what I'm hoping is that just the nostalgic appeal and fun of this path will make it, because I'll be honest, the thing that sucks the most about Imaginators is this, the Sky Chi power. It's absolutely ridiculous. Granted, this one's easy to get to, and apparently none of my brawlers had the Sky Chi, because I literally just took every single one of them through and got them their Sky Chi powers. Luckily, with Airstrike and Kingpin, we've got, alt decos to kind of cover us. When I reset Grave Clobber after taking Wavemaker to take him down heavyweight champion, not only do we have to get the money back, the Soul Gem stays with you. I really wish the Sky Chi would too. But we have to go back to the shrine and redo it, and it gets to be a pain because a lot of the shrines are located near the end of the level. And if there was like a fast travel thing, here we are, like Breath of the Wild implementation now, but I mean, if you could go to the map and just go straight to the shrine, I wouldn't care. It would still be an inconvenience, but I'd be fine with it. Having to physically go through X percentage of the level to get to that point just to watch what's amounts to basically a worthless cutscene to unlock an ability we've previously unlocked sucks. It takes up a lot of time, and I hate it. It's one of the reasons I've put off a lot of the Skylanders research videos, because there's nights and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go record that, and then it's like, oh wait, I have to go back to that shrine, and it's like, I don't really feel like that. I want to come in and buy the upgrades and enjoy them and document them. I don't want to go play through half of a level just to get to a shrine and watch a pointless cutscene and come back. That's, if I had to make one, overwhelming complaint here, outside of, other things I could talk about, like, no PvP mode or whatever. Just with what the game has presented to me, what's my biggest complaint? Hands down, 100%, having to go back and get the frickin' Sky Chi every single time. So, case in point, if I take Wavemaker and we're like, hey, that's pretty good, and then I take this one and I'm like, that's fun, but Wavemaker was really fun and does way more damage, I think I should reset. It's the fact that we have to go and get the Sky Chi, and of course that's compounded by having to get money, but I'm curious if other people feel the same way, or if I'm the only person that's legitimately ticked off by that, because it sucks big time. So, other notes, the Yeti very well may pick up like my creaky chair. Like, it's really hard on me because I'm probably going to tweet a picture of this chair in the morning. I'm kind of thinking about buying one. And I know it's like, oh, you DX Racer, yada yada. I've actually sat in one. We got it for my nephew back a couple months ago, and it's like sized for him, but I fit in it, and it's really comfortable. The chair I'm in, I love. Like, I grew up with it. It was my first ever chair. It's still my only chair. And problem is, it's like a 1930s, 1940s ice cream parlor chair. And so it doesn't swivel. It's not cushiony. It's the longer you sit in it, the more you like, man, my legs, there's like rings in my legs when you stand up from the seat of the chair and stuff. And I've been doing this a long time, and even though you don't make anything anymore, I'm seriously considering investing in something along those lines. I know you could get like a standard office chair, but the truth is I spend quite a bit of time at like Office Max, Office Depot over the years, and one of the things you do when you're like a little kid, you go sit in the chairs, and you do the same thing when you're like high school, and you sit on errands, and you're pass some time. When you get into like the comfortable office chairs, I'm not talking about like the $49 one at Walmart. It's a piece of trash. Okay, I'm talking about like legitimately like, hey man, I would buy this. They're expensive too. So a big complaint with like, the gaming chairs is like, oh, you're just paying for the colors and the name. I agree with that to an extent, but at the same time, if I wanted to go into an office store and pick up something of equal, comparability in terms of, hey, this is going to last roughly X years, blah, 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 recline, cushion, armrest, whatever. You get up to that price point pretty fast. There, every once in a while, like the $79 range, you can get like a decent office chair. But typically, the more features you get and the more like, wow, man, this chair is awesome. And then you look at the price tag and you're like, holy crud, Who comes in and buys these for their office, you wonder? So honestly, I'm into cars as well, so the look of the DX Racer and the clutch and all the others kind of appeals to me more, sort of more race car inspired. And so I think I'm going to go that route, but I can't get rid of this chair because I love it. I've literally grown up with it, but I could sit in something else when I do this. Just being able to swivel, like literally, the chair swivel, not me in a creaky old chair. That would be great. So, anyway, we've talked quite a bit here. Skip to the 10-minute mark, by golly. But this Sky Chi, I've talked about it before. I'll try to just quickly reference it in the future. I hate it, having to go back for it. So, let's go ahead and come in. Hopefully, this will work out. But we're going to do Wave Maker, improve your water and splash attacks. Alright, so Geyser Undertow is up first for 1700. While holding B, a whirlpool appears to pull enemies towards where Gator Geyser will appear. We may have to go back into the academy. Plus, we probably really should for the Sky Chi. So, let's see here. While holding B... Yeah, it's not gonna do anything here. Let's go! Sometimes the dummies are better, sometimes the real dummies are better, right? So, by the way, I felt really bad putting Egg Bomber on the portal outside of the introduction. But again, I hate getting the Sky Chi so much. I was already at the shrine. I didn't feel like going back to it. So, I have not looked at his stats, though. So that's something I'm very excited to see. And then with the alt decos, you don't even get the satisfaction of it being the alt deco when you do the shrine. That's the analog stick. Wonderful. I may also be derping around hitting the wrong buttons. That's because I've been playing Breath of the Wild, and as you know, there's no universal button layout. We haven't had like the Geneva Convention for game controllers yet, so I've kind of... In, of course, Breath of the Wild, I'm always hitting the wrong button because it's a different one on the Xbox, and I've always had that problem here, but I'd kind of been getting used to it. I was mainly doing Skylanders and Forza, and now the Switch is here, so back to the basics. I guess what we should do first, let's have some fun. I'll reward you for listening to the chair and microphone stories, but again, that is important because it affects the quality of the microphone here. Maybe the chair would, maybe I could... like, be more comfortable, not cranky, I don't know. Alright. The reason we do Sky Chi first, aside from having to go back and get it, is because... I also don't know if this will pick up the TV better, so that's an issue. By showcasing this, as I defeat the dummies, showcasing the path upgrades, then we'll have this recharge. So, Ultimate Sensei Attack, hold right trigger to perform your Sky Chi power. Use left stick to direct your Fists of Fury as waves pull enemies towards you. Sounds interesting. So, let's go ahead and get 4 of them here. Alright. So, we're gonna... Nope, that's not right. I don't want to... Oh, I didn't want to kill him. I saw! I clobbered! I like that. But 47, basically, is what that comes down to. So, half of 47 would be 23.5, so 24, 47, 67, 71. Again, it's not necessarily the numbers there, it's the strength in numbers with the Sky Chi. So, of course, now the meter can replenish, but we bought... this one, so... Yep. Those look pretty cool up here, I gotta say. How on earth would we document that, dude? Let's go back in here. I also kind of get tired of the dialogue every time. While holding B, pull enemies towards where you're... Okay. So, this is kind of like a moot one. It's kind of a shame like it wasn't combined with slight increase in damage or something. So, whirlpool pulls enemies in. I'm just going to call it like that, because that's basically what it is. So, the Greater Gator Geysers do more damage. Oh, Lord. That's going to be ridiculous. Precision Slamming, we're doing 40 to 60. Let's see if that increases. I'm guessing it doesn't. But 29 to 44, 13 times. We're basically going to up that now. So, let's go ahead and do it here. So, Alright, 29 to 44. What are we going to go to? What would I like to see? If we went to 40, it would be pretty insane. I'm not really expecting a lot from this. Oh wait, 69? No.
With you. Although I don't know if you originally...
Oh, that is insane, man. Wow. Okay. So it did the 40 to 60 on placement, which is fine. And then 69? Good lord. We went from 29 to 69. That's going to, of course, be 34.5, so 35, 99, 104 on the critical. Oh, geez, dude. Okay, so 69 to 104 on the critical side. 13 times, we'll assume that's still correct. 3 active. Good lord. It's gonna be nuts. Let's see how long they will last.
Right on.
Still 8 seconds, so yeah, I feel confident with the 13. That is insane, man. Absolutely insane. Alright, what was the deal earlier? Again, this has been a while now.
To show you my ability.
Okay, I guess there wasn't anything. Alright, so, wave goodbye. Perform 3 quick big splashes to pull out. Now, this could be really fun. Let's see what it's like. 3,000 is what we need. 3 quick big splashes. Okay. So, big splash is right here. It's, of course, you just press Y. It was doing 52 to 78 with knockback and a 3-second stun. And waves in the pool was doing 25 to 38 5 times. So, let's see. We're mainly concerned about the 1, 2, 3 aspect here. So I'm guessing that the third one is in fact what we're after. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Huh. We might have to go downstairs to document that, I'm not gonna lie. But it looks pretty cool.
I see my skills have been duly enshrined.
And lastly, we have got Poseidon Lariat. After any Clobber punch, hold X to launch an upgraded Lariat. We're going to go ahead and grab that. So, where we were at previously with that, the Lariats was 9 to 14 2 times with like a 115 to a 173. So... Oh. What? Okay.
I shall spend all eternity.
Alright. Well, but we need to be here for...
At least however long until my next one.
Let's just go ahead and kill enemies to get the Sky Chi ready for downstairs. So... Oh, dang it. That's something else I don't like. That's how easy it is to fall out of there. That button click is probably getting picked up by the mic. Alright, we gotta get him here.
Sky Chi power ready.
Alright, that's what we needed. So he basically one-shots everyone with a soul gem, if you didn't pick up on it there. Man, it's been very windy here. Gonna have like allergies or something kicking in. Exit. So back out we go. Man almighty. So wave goodbye will be, I think, a lot easier to feel out down here. This path, I can tell you right now, it's gonna be more beneficial for a defensive style Like if you're content with Grave Clobber, you know, in his primary, I like that guy to spawn there, so I don't have to deal with him down here. He's also probably my second biggest complaint in this game. So, anyway, I would say this is probably best for defensive-minded players or people that wants to play that route. Typically, that's kind of what I prefer, but until I take it, I can't say for sure, but I'm more intrigued by the old-school heavyweight champion path. So, plus, I was just playing his Night Shift, and he does very well. He's who I used to go through the Cradle of Creation. I took Legendary Night Shift, so I've kind of got him set up to the bottom paths. He does quite well for himself there. Got quite a bit of money with all the perks and uppercuts, of course. So, all right, wave goodbye. We're gonna do. It's basically the third one that we're concerned with. So let's try to position ourselves here. So 1, 2. Oh wow, how many of those are there? So they do 25. The standard one, well, that's a horrible example. Really? Analog stick, you aim. So they are up to 25 now. I guess they always were. And this is 52 to 78. Huh. That's interesting because it doesn't really increase the damage. Like, just aesthetically, you would think if you were doing 52, like, you'd be doing at least 60. You know, if not something far greater. But, yeah. So that's... Let's see if we can figure out how many there are. It's gonna be hard for me to do this. Especially since it's getting cut off by... Is it 6 of them or 8? I don't know. I can probably slow it down until... But, interestingly enough, it's still 52 to 78. Third slam releases radius. Basically, that's the way to put it. Instead of doing a singular omnidirectional, you know, just pulse wave, we're doing one that's 360-degree radius, basically. Granted, there may be enemies that kind of fit in that gap between them, especially farther out. But third slam releases radius of waves at 25 to 38. So, case in point right here, straight up, and we got that. And neither one of these were hit, even though we basically cover the full 360 degrees. So, I think this is something that you really need a field of enemies to just lay waste to showcase the beauty of this, and we don't have that here. So, go find yourself a chompy pod and have some fun with that one. That said, Poseidon Lariat, let's take a look at it.
Call upon the spirits of the undead
To launch an upgraded Lariat.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. They just popped up right here. How convenient.
Huh. Alright, so we're still doing the same 58, but if I hold X, good lord. That's insane. All I'm doing, literally, you'd think I'm like pressing B and A and, you know, whatever. Everything but the slam, basically. No. I don't want you to attack them. Oh, that's crazy. It puts out all 3. That's what it's doing. I'm going to try to go towards mags here.
Yes!
So yeah, I mean, you can see what happens. The punch spawns in 3 gator geysers, and then that. I'm going to lift X and see if we can leave the gator geysers. You can't. It'll still make him plow through them. But that's crazy, because check this out. You get the 40 of the spawn, right? The placement damage. Oh, but you can change direction. Okay, check this out. So, I'm going to face this way, and we'll spawn those in, and then I can tweak the analog stick and go towards the dummies. Oh, salty. That's pretty cool. So you could use that in a bind to set them up, basically. So, yeah. So like if you got a bunch of enemies there, just let the gator guys just wreck them. That's crazy. That's gonna be like, how do you even begin to document that? So I think the thing to do, I'm still seeing 9 in there, though. Huh. Alright, so we basically, I guess this is how we'd categorize it. 58 to 87 on the Clobber punch, right? And then 40 to 60 on the placement. And then we've got 3 geysers. And that's that, right? I mean, and the lariat itself, which was doing 9 to 14 with a 115 to 173. What did we see there?
Yes!
Still 9. Yeah. 9 and 115, yeah. So 3 geysers, and then lariats, 9 to 15. No, I'm sorry, 9 to 14 with 115 to 173 finish. So kind of the best way to describe that is sort of just like everything but the body slam in one convenient move. So if I press B, I can get one of these. If I do it again, I can get another one. If I do it a third time, I get that one. If I do it a fourth time, we despawn one. I can place them and do the 40 to 60 damage. Hey, did that range get better on the placement? Oh, I guess not. I was excited there for a second. So we've got this. Or I can just come in here and I can clobber punch and hold and unleash the fury. And of course, if you punch through them instead of doing the 69, I think, what do we do, like maybe the 115, I'm guessing? But yeah, that's about it, man. And right here, we can't do a sky cheat out here, that's right. Well, that's unfortunate. You know what, why not go back in here and do it, right? We've wasted enough time in this video, which I'm hoping to have ready for tomorrow for you, to my credit. But, well, not tomorrow, but today. I'm going to have to stay up late and render it out and everything. So I hope the mic works. Again, I would appreciate feedback on whether you prefer it or not, but we still get in under 30 minutes. I think we did okay. So yeah, I guess if you've got like any chair thoughts, feel free to let me know, because I've got something coming up very, very soon where I'll be sitting in the chair at least 3 hours non-stop, and I'd kind of like, plus you have to realize, like, when I stream or when my nephew and I do Brawl or Mario Kart or whatever it may be, I usually sit on an exercise ball, literally, you know, like an exercise ball, an inflated glorified giant exercise ball. But that's my chair setup, is an old 30s 40s antique chair and then an exercise ball. So yeah, everyone, you know, seems like, well, you know, he's got more than 5,000 subscribers, he's making all that money, making a living on. Nope. Nope, I've still got the same chair I've had since I was sitting in a chair. So swallow that pill. Anyway, let's have some fun here. We're going to attempt to press the right button. Oh, we finally had some crits. You stay away. You stay away. I don't want to... I didn't want to kill him because I was hoping to see if there's like some final hoorah, if you will. You know, like an explosion damage. But I'll let you figure that out. How about that? But anyway, now I've got to go reset this guy, get money, and go back to the Cradle of Creation Brawler Shrine. So I'm thinking, because of that, again, luckily with Airstrike and Kingpin, I don't have to do it because we have alt decos. I very well may come in here and do Crash. And that would allow me to take those two at the same time back to the shrine. So as weird as it may seem, I genuinely, when I ask people, like, yeah, I prefer you do them all consecutively. So, you know, base grave, clobber, if you will, path 1, path 2, move on to the next character. The Sky Chi is so annoying. That's why I haven't really followed that format. I was seeking feedback in that regard. But anyway, this path, again, I think it's better suited for the defensive-minded player. It's kind of a shame that this itself doesn't do damage, and that it times out that soon. Like, this isn't me placing it, that's just it literally timed out there. But the Gator Geysers are freaking amazing. The Soul Gem is amazing. I love this, even though, again, it's kind of sad we didn't get an increase in damage on it, but it's very cool. So now what I have to do is take Heavyweight Champion and see how it stacks up. But if you're intrigued by this path, I don't really think you can go wrong with it, particularly with the Soul Gem coming in. The big advantage here, I have to say, the Greater Gator taking the Gator Geyser's damage from 29 to 44 all the way up to 69 to 104 is huge. Because again, you know, most people are just going to Soul Gem it and break them before they really have a chance to get off maybe more than one shot from each geyser. But keep in mind, if you turn, then the geysers are free to just wreck enemies, right? At their increased damage of 69. So, it's one of those things, you know. It's kind of pick your preference, and I don't think you're going to go wrong. But we will assess Heavyweight Champion and see how we like it, and then hopefully I prefer it, or else I'll have to reset him and go get his Sky Chi again, which I don't really want to do. So, nonetheless, you know the drill. OneOfWiisdom.com is my personal website. SkylanderClub.com is the forum. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I will always tweet before I go live. I either stream on Twitch or Beam. Here lately, Twitch has been working well for me, so I've been just sticking to that. I do like the interface on Beam, though, but I also hit 100 followers on Twitch, over 100 actually, so big thanks for that. And if you didn't know, all of the gameplay, not the research or introductions outside of special ones like we did with Cuddle Muffin, whenever I go and fight Chaos, when we go to Chapter 10, whatever it may be, that will all be live streamed, and then I export it to YouTube. So follow me on Twitch. You'll be notified when I go live. Sometimes it doesn't. That's why if you follow me on Twitter, you'll have that as backup. And if you still miss it, I will export it here to YouTube. So subscribe. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Again, I'm not partnered. I just get cross-promoted over by everyone that sells their soul out to be partnered. And subsequently, it's very hard for people to even find my videos. And when people can't find your videos because you're on page 13 of the search results, it's very hard to grow your channel. So kind of rely on the whole grassroots thing here again. And I've been doing this since day one of Skylanders. And you just get spit on by people that sell their soul to be partnered. So and that's something else people don't understand. Like, all my old SSA videos, I've never seen a dime for any of them. I do it because I enjoy it. But it sucks. You would, even though you enjoy it and don't care about the money, you would like to see your channel grow and have new people come to it and be like, wow, you know, I like this person. But again, that's not the way YouTube works anymore. So that said, I'm going to end this. My apologies if I do deviate, if the next thing you see is not his other path. It's just because the Sky Chi is super annoying, and I wish that was never constructed in said manner. So, however, if you haven't already seen it, Breath of the Wild Part 1 is up. I'll probably start breaking that down into smaller portions. I just have to wait for the Nintendo Creators Program to approve the videos, etc. So, once they do that, you can watch it. You can also see it live on Twitch. Breath of the Wild, very fun game. Check it out if you haven't. Always check out Stardew Valley. I keep telling people this. The people that actually watch it love it. And if you have not done so, I highly encourage you to do it. Great game, tons of fun. Voice all the characters, pretty good time in my opinion. That said, again, let me know your thoughts on the chairs, if you got any first-hand experience with anything, or if you're rocking a 1930s to 1940s ice cream parlor chair for your personal chair that you've used for all these years. Feel free to let me know. It's, also on the mic, I hope it's not a big deal, because I might come in and record another video in the same setup, so we will see. That said, thanks for watching. Myself and Grave Clobber. We will catch you back here later.